Oh, menopause and sex. Yeah.
I remember when we were writing this talk, I sent Claire a message and said, "Can you just give me some insights on?" Because Claire deals, I'm more on the digestive autoimmune side of the business, and Claire is much more on the menopause side of the business. I said, "Can you give me some wisdom from your clients?" And you said, "The women that I see are so tired, so emotional, and so sleep deprived. Sex is so far down their priority list."
In fact, the thing that I commonly hear is, I kind of, I get on with it every now and again. And it's this real fear around, I need to do that because otherwise I'm going to lose my partner. But it's not coming from this authentic place. And I think we talk about menopause and for clarity, if we go think about that menopause spectrum, we're talking peri to post menopause. So a lot of women do start to notice a change in their libido, even in their late 30s. Very often they're putting it down to, young kids, busy at work, those kind of things. But as soon as we start to see that progesterone dropping off, we will start to notice a change in our libido. Personally, I found that going through a divorce and dating really helped with that. It's like, I'm going to go to this really exciting buffet. So I found that I managed to delay quite a lot of the issues around perimenopausal libido issues. Although saying that, I still noticed the body changes and they were quite challenging to navigate, especially when I was dating, without being too descriptive. So, yeah, it's not often the priority with clients at all. And a lot of women are actually complaining that their partners have been given Viagra because, again, the pressure that that's putting on them, like their partner's going through their own, male andropause or whatever, and dealing with their testosterone dropping off and all of their issues around, oh God, I can't get it up and I can't keep it up and I can't all these things. So they're going and getting Viagra, and the women are kind of going, oh my God, that's absolutely the last thing I want you doing. A lot of women really experience a lot of vaginal atrophy, so that dry vagina, and when the vaginal walls start to collapse. And a lot of sexual discomfort. And I mean, I hear stories of women who are experiencing that. Literally makes my eyes water. And there's a lot that can be done for that. There is hope. The low libido that goes with not having enough progesterone and estrogen or testosterone, and like Laura said, they're tired, they're emotional, and they're sleep deprived, and their body's changing. And so, putting on weight, getting a bit saggier, getting a bit wrinkly, losing muscle mass, it doesn't feel sexy compared to where we've been. I think that's the point I want to make. It doesn't feel sexy compared to where we were. There is this whole new form of sexy that we want to help people to really embrace. So more than a third of peri to postmenopausal women report having sexual difficulties from a lack of interest to trouble reaching orgasm. So the issues are many and varied, but basically most people are experiencing something. And it could even be that in that perimenopause bit, like one of the issues I have is just constant spotting. And so really struggling with hormone balance and spotting. And then there just comes this point of, oh God, I have no idea what's going on in the nether regions. But then trying to find libido when you've got no idea what's going on in your nether regions, or you're kind of like trying to navigate that. It can be really challenging. So lots of recommendations, including lube, Kegel exercises, communication, and therapy. There are some glorious, gorgeous, wonderful practitioners who really specialize in particularly menopausal sexuality. You'd probably be looking for registered somatic sexological, I can't even say the word, somatic sexological body workers. But if you just put in menopause sex coaches, there is a lot of phenomenal people, highly trained people working in this area. But from our perspective, it's from our remit as coaches on the front line, explaining for us, it's about signposting. It's being able to hear that these issues are actually saying to women, this is so common, you are not alone, because women can feel so guilty about not wanting to be with their partners, like, oh God, and then the fear that they're going to lose them. So hearing that they're not alone, that it's not them, that there's nothing wrong with them, and that there is, a lot of hope, then it becomes down to signposting. So yeah, the Kegel exercises, finding good websites for them to look at, and yeah, maybe good therapists.
I wanted to mention about the Kegel exercises because I think there was we specialize in kinesiology, which is the understanding of muscles and muscle testing. And what we know from kinesiology is that a good functioning muscle is strong when it needs to be, but relaxed when it doesn't. And I think one of the issues that we've got with the Kegel exercise is that it's a constant focus on tightening, tightening,
Yeah.
tightening, tightening. And when you've got a muscle that is constantly tight, then it hurts, number one, and number two, it doesn't function as well as it can do. So if you have got a woman who is doing Kegel exercises, I would strongly recommend that they are also focusing on the relaxation part of. So yes, there is a tension, but there has to be a relaxation. And we have worked with some amazing women physios who actually do internal work to be able to, if a woman's been doing Kegel exercises for years and years and years and is like really, really tight and uncomfortable, you can go and see specialized physios who are able to take the tensions out of those muscles, which is fantastic.
I think it's physios and also pelvic health experts. So yeah, like I said, there are a lot of therapists in this area, so it depends on where someone wants to go with it. But very often, getting our hormones right, getting our diet right, getting our stress down can be enough. Getting some self-acceptance, this can be enough. It can be enough.
With the communication and the therapy, I think as we are moving into a different life stage, so we explore the life cycles of woman, and starting with the maiden, and the maiden is hungry for life and is out there and shagging, and it is quite primal. And then
Shagging.
shagging, that's what the maiden does.
They're
And then we've got
shagging.
out there shagging. The mother energy that moves into next is a very different energy. It's more delicious and more sensual. But as we're coming down into this perimenopausal high priestess area, sex changes. Our needs in sex change. We don't want to necessarily be shagging. We don't. I just don't want
By
it.
Austin Powers.
Our needs can change, and often women are looking for more intimacy and to slow things down and to have more
Connection.
sensation and connection and communication, and to be able to actually ask for what they want rather than this just, I'm horny and ready to go all the time. I mean, I think the perimenopausal place is such a gift for women because we get such clarity because the hormones are changing. We get such clarity and wisdom. We've got loads of life behind us of what we really want. And so if we can understand that through therapy, and then we can come into conscious communication with our partner about, okay, my body is changing and I want to explore something different, I think that really can open up a new sex life.
I agree.